Alright, we got the Losi Nascar out today. We got it in the Dale Earnhardt Sr. livery. I think it looks amazing, very iconic. So I plan to do a brushless conversion on this. We're gonna have some fun with it. We're gonna try and double its top speed. But I really hate to wreck this beautiful Dale Earnhardt body. So no offense to Ryan Blaney, but we're gonna be using his body for testing. That way if it rolls over, gets any scratches, scuffs, it's not as big of a deal to me. Alright, underneath the body, it's a pretty standard, like Grom chassis, just a little bit longer. It has the brush motor, the 2-in-1 ESC. Comes on these Goodyear Eagle slick tires. We're gonna do some baseline tests before the upgrades, see where we're at. Got to drive it in an oval, it's a NASCAR. Someone's tearing it up for real out there. Ooh, little bouncy. All right, let's get a good top speed run in. Just a brush motor. Not expecting too much, probably low 20s. Got to trim it out a little bit. Let's see what we got. 19 miles an hour. Let's do that again. Let's see if we got into the 20s. So only 19 miles an hour again. So I don't think we're gonna have too hard of a time doubling the speed on this. I don't think we're gonna triple it. We're not gonna go that crazy. All right, mess around with the stock system for a little bit more before we go home and swap it all out. Slides around pretty easily. But still enough traction for racing. I know with the new system, it's going to be more of a street basher than a circle track car. But these are fairly cheap. You could always get another one if you want to get into some spec racing classes. There's a lot of them now. Gotta work on your victory donuts. All right, back home, getting ready to install some upgrades on the Losi Nascar. We're going with a Furitek ESC and motor combo, 2835, 5600 kV. Should be fairly spicy. We got a steering servo from Reefs RC, 99 micro. And we're going with a Dumborc RC receiver with a built-in gyro. All right, let's get wrenching. Alright, ran into an issue with the steering servo. The Reef servo had a larger drive. I could not get the servo saver onto the Reef servo. So I went back to the stock one. Wasted a little bit of time. All right, let's continue wrenching. All right, I got everything installed. I got my receiver bound. The Furitek system comes with the Bluetooth app for all your programming. It has telemetry. It'll show you your RPM, your throttle percentage, all that. All your standard programming features. You can set up a throttle curve. You can change your timing or boost. All right, let's clean up our wiring a little bit and take it out for a test drive. All right, getting ready to test the Losi Nascar with all the upgrades we've done. We'll see how the Furitek system performs. It's a 60 amp ESC, and then the 2835 5600 kV motor. It is a sensored system. So hopefully we don't have any issues with cogging with that high kV motor. It was a bummer we couldn't upgrade the steering servo, but the stock one really wasn't that bad, so let's see how she does. We're going to start off on 2S. Very smooth driving. Wanted to see if it had any issues with cogging. For 2S, that's moving pretty good. What was that? Oh, just a plastic fork in the road. Let's see what our top speed was on 2S. 36 miles an hour, wow! That's very fast for 2S. That's already almost double the speed it was with the brushed motor. I thought I was going to need the 3S battery to do that. Let it cool down and throw a 3S battery in there. See really how fast it is. Okay, we got the 3S battery in. No cogging. Can still drive it slow. Spun out there. She's got a lot of power. Wow. This thing rips. Absolutely flying. Let's see what we got so far. 52 miles an hour. This thing is flying. Let's drift around a little bit. This thing actually handles very well. It's kind of hard to get a good sustained drift going. Either that or you give it too much throttle and it just loops around. Alright, so great time out here with the Losi Nascar. It was a lot of fun stock, but I just need a little bit more power. I set out with the goal of doubling the speed. I thought this thing would do close to 25 miles an hour stock, but I only got 19 miles an hour out of it. With the new brushless system, I got 36 on 2S, so I almost doubled it on 2S. 52 miles an hour on 3S on a kind of a bumpy surface. Super impressed. Very happy with that Furitek system. I think it's the best brushless system I put in one of these Groms or Losi Nascars. I think it's even better than the Spectrum 223S systems they have. Having that sensored motor allows it to drive really well at low speeds, but still a rocket ship at full throttle. Tires held up pretty good for how much drifting and donuts I was doing. This was a fun project. It's a blast to drive. Gonna need more 3S batteries for these Groms. Alright, thanks for watching.